All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Famous Forex Academy, and I'm back to do what I know how to do best. That is serving you guys with one of the best and best strategies. I always bring nothing but the best to you guys, and you guys can confirm that. Okay, guys, so today I'm back with this amazing strategy. It's a very reliable strategy. It's very simple, but it's very reliable, and most of all, very, very profitable. Okay, guys, so if you're watching this channel for the first time, or if you've been watching my channels and you've not subscribed to this channel before, I'd like you to just click on the subscription button. It doesn't take anything from you. Just click on the subscription button and like the video, share the video with your friends. Don't keep it to yourself, because I always want everybody to make money on Forex. That's why I always come out here to drop any strategy that I see is profitable to you guys. So click on the like, and also don't forget to turn on your notification so you can get notified whenever I post a video online. So guys, before we go into the strategy and how it works, I would like you to check on the description page. You'll see a link to my free Telegram group where we drop strategies like this, and we drop chart analysis, and also tell you how the market is actually doing at a particular time, and we drop free signals as well. And we also have a VIP group where we drop profitable signals, 4 to 5 signals in a day. I mean, profitable and reliable signals. If you want to be a VIP and keep winning every day, you can chat me up and we can talk about that. And also, I run a mentorship program where I teach and groom you into becoming a professional trader, so you can start making money on your own. So guys, don't fail to do any of that. Okay, so before we head straight into the strategy, I'd like to share with you the settings for the strategy. Okay, so the settings for this strategy will be on our main chart, and it will just consist of only two indicators, which is the moving average and the Bollinger Bands. So the first one you add to your chart is the moving average. On the moving average, we have a period of 10, shift 0, method is linear weights, and applied to weight tag close. The style is 4 pixel. I'm using blue color. Why I'm using 4 pixel is because I want it to be more bold on the screen. Okay, and I'm using blue color. Use a color, any color of your choice, but let it be a visible color that you can differentiate from the chart and your indicator. And after that, you click on done. So the next one we will be adding here will be the Bollinger Bands, which has the period of 8, deviation of 0.500, shift 0, applies to previous indicator data. Style is 3 pixel. You can use 4 pixel if you could. I'm using 3. I'm using gold color. And after that, you click on done. And after you might have finished inserting your indicators, you go back to your charts, and the next thing you'll be looking for is knowing when to buy and when to sell. So this is the important part of trading. Okay, before you make any choice in trading, maybe you want to sell or maybe you want to buy, these are the things you need to look out for first. Okay, you have to look at the trend, if it's actually going to favor your trade. If you want to buy, you have to make sure that the trend is actually an uptrend. If you want to sell, you have to make sure that the trend is actually a downtrend. So in this case, and you want to scalp, okay, you know that when you're scalping, you're trading against the spike, because this is boom and crash, so you're trading against the spike. So if you're trying to scalp boom, that means you'll be selling, and in order for you to sell and have a successful sell trade, the trend has to be on a downtrend, so it can actually favor your trade. If you trade against the trend, it's risky, you might end up losing money. So if you want to trade, you have to follow the trend. So now we will look at all these pays and see the one that will favor us. So this is boom 1000, and we can see at the moment I would not want to sell at this point, right? Because I'm seeing most spikes happening on this trade. As you can see from what we are having here, I would say this is an uptrend, but this is just a scalping strategy. Okay, if it was to be a swing trade, I won't really call it an uptrend, because if you like back test this and see, you see this is actually a downtrend, which we will actually expect a reversal at some point here. Okay, at some point here. So what is going to happen is, if we're actually going to take a swing trade, maybe a day trading, I would say that this is a downtrend and we will be waiting and expecting the market to have a reversal at this point, and they will sell. Okay, but since this is a scalping strategy, okay, which we don't actually have to wait for a longer time, we just need to go in, grab some candlesticks, and we close the trade. So at this point, I would say it's not advisable to scalp at this point, because what you're seeing here, I'm seeing it to be an uptrend. Okay, I'm seeing this to be an uptrend at this point. So if you start scalping at this point, you might lose money, because spikes might happen anytime soon. Why? Because the market is actually trying to get up to this point. Okay, this is where we have our resistance level at this point. So the market might probably reject from this level and start selling. Okay, so at this point, whatever you're doing at this point, trying to sell at this point, might go against you, because the market is trying to, attain this height before it actually starts selling. But since it is not a day-to-day trading, we are not swinging. Okay, so we won't have to wait for it to get up here, and we won't try to risk by selling at this point, because we might lose money. So what we just do is we go to another pair and see it will favor us. We go to crash 1000. Crash 1000 is actually selling at the point. Okay, and since it's still a scalping strategy, okay, we won't have to sell at this, sorry, we won't have to buy. If you are scalping crash, you have to buy, but buying at this point is very risky, because you can see this is a serious downtrend here. This is a serious downtrend. If you back test, you will see that it's a downtrend and it's risky. Okay, it's risky. If we were actually trying to make a swing trade at this crash 1000, we will be selling at this point and be making money. But it's not a swing trade, it's just a scalping strategy. So we won't advise anyone to buy at this point. If you buy at this point, you're at risk, you might lose money. So you avoid this and you go to another pair. Let's go to boom 500. Okay, mm, we will say that boom 500 is actually on the high at the moment. Okay, it's an uptrend at the moment, so we wouldn't actually want to sell at this point. Okay, you actually want to sell at this point. It's risky to sell at this point, because as you can see here, it's actually trading up. Okay, as you can see, it's actually trending up. If you now draw a trend line, you'll see that it's actually trending up at this point. Okay, so whatever you're doing here, you are taking risks, because the market is actually buying at this point. It's actually buying at this point from a trend line, you see. So it's risky to scalp here and start selling. Okay, so even if you want to sell this market, we have to wait, like exactly what happened on boom 1000. We have to wait for it to get to this trend line level here, if actually we want to sell, and that is when we are swinging this trade. We are not just scalping. So if we were to take a long trade, okay, we expect it to sell, we have to wait for it to get to this point here, okay, before we start thinking of selling. Okay, like this. This is it. Okay, this is what we expect to happen when the market probably gets up to this zone here, then it starts selling. But we don't have that time to wait for that to happen, because we are actually looking for a scalping entrance. So we avoid boom 500, and let's check crash 500. Crash 500 is selling as well, so we can buy. Okay, so I will just show you how this strategy works. Okay, but we won't be doing a live buy or sell, because none of them is actually favoring our strategy. So we'll just avoid it, and we'll just show you how it works. So this is how this strategy works. First of all, like I said, you come to a higher time frame, you check the trend if it's actually at your favor. If you want to sell, you make sure that the trend is actually on a downtrend. You want to buy, you make sure the trend is an uptrend. So for now, we can't see any trend that is favoring our buy or sell trade, so I'm just going to show you how it works. So after you might have come to a higher time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, to see the trend if it's actually moving your way, and you see that okay, you actually find a more comfortable trend that is actually going with you. What you now do is you go back to a 1 minute time frame. Okay, when you go back to a 1 minute time frame, let me use 1000 to make this illustration. So when you go back to a 1 minute time frame, okay, when you go back to a 1 minute time frame, what you actually expecting to do, it's happening here already. Okay, as you can see, what we're actually expecting to do is happening already. Okay, but we won't take that risk. Okay, I'm not saying if it doesn't like go your way you shouldn't trade, but it's risky to trade when the trend it's not going your direction. If you trade against the trend, it's risky, but it might still come out fine, but it's risky to do that. As you can see here, the boom 1000 didn't favor us to trade, but what happened here, it happened just how we expected it to happen. Okay, all you just need to do is grab 10 candlesticks. And how do you grab these 10 candlesticks? It's when you see the blue indicator here like this crossing the gold indicator. Okay, after you might have setting, after you might have finished setting your indicators just as we did. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is knowing when to buy and sell. Okay, and this is boom 1000, so you're scalping, that means you're actually selling. So before you sell, all you just have to do is you wait. Okay, you wait. When you see the blue indicator crossing the gold indicator to the downside like this, when once that happens, you see this blue indicator crossing the gold one perfectly. It has to cross perfectly well to the downside. What do? You grab 10 to 15 candlesticks and you close the trade. It's very risky if you want to stay more than 15 minutes, because 15 candlesticks represent 15 minutes. Each of these candles, this is a 1 minute time frame, so each of these candlesticks represents 1 minute. So if you have 15 candlesticks here, that means this trade have been happening for 15 minutes here. Okay, so all you just have to do is pick 15 candlesticks, 10 to 15 candlesticks max, then you close the trade. If you stay longer than that, it's risky, but it can actually sell longer than that. And before you stay longer than that, that's why I have said you have to go to the higher time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, to check your trend. If the trend is really with you, if you see that this trend is actually a down, this is how you see a downtrend, and you say yes, this is actually a downtrend, this market is going to sell for a long time. If you have that confidence and you see that kind of trade, you can sell it and you hold as long as you can. As you can see from this position here, as you can see from this position here, as you can see what happened, it sold for a very long time. Okay, you can see we had like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 32 candlesticks that we had there. Okay, so it sold for 30 minutes, so it sold for 32 minutes, and it's very reliable if the trend is with you. Okay, if the trend is actually a downtrend, you can hold as long as that. But if the trend is an uptrend, okay, it's not advisable for you to hold that long. Okay, so I always advise to pick 10 to 15 candlesticks and you close the trade. Okay, as you can see what happened here, this market is actually an uptrend market. Like I said, when you go to a 1 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, you will see what I said about the market. It's an uptrend market, so it's not advisable to sell, except we will actually buying. Okay, so if we are buying boom 1000, it's not scalping. Okay, we actually swing trading. So, and we are not swing trading here, we are actually going to scalp. So it's not advisable to trade against the trend when it's an uptrend and you're selling. That's why I said it's not advisable for us to sell at that point. So I will just show you what you will do when once you find the trend with you. Okay, when once you maybe you probably go to a boom 1000 like this, and you see that the market is actually on a downtrend. Okay, so you can actually sell. And when do you sell? Is when you see the blue indicator here crossing the goal. It has to cross perfectly well, not just when it's hanging and you start selling. It has to cross very well here. You find it crossing the goal indicator to the downside, then you open your positions and you pick 10 to 15 candlesticks max, and you close the trade, and you wait again for these conditions to be in place, and you do the same thing again. You can do this over and over again in a day if you have all the time. If you have all the time to do that and the conditions are always in place, you can try it and make money for yourself. Okay, so let me just show you some other um part. As you can see here, you find the blue indicator crossing the gold indicator to the downside, and you see the market so all the way down here. It happens here too, the blue indicator crossing the gold indicator to the downside. As you can see, we had some sales here before there was a spike. Why is this happening? Why are we having more spikes here? As you can see, most of this market didn't even sell properly well, and they were spikes. Why? Because the trend is actually an uptrend. An uptrend means on boom that you have series of spike happening. That is why the market is actually pushing up, because without spikes the market can go up. So when you see the market going up, that means we have series of spikes happening, and it's not safe for you to trade at that point. As you can see, we had the blue indicator crossing the goal one, but we had just like 4 candlesticks here, and there was a very long spike which will put you in a loss. Okay, if we are using a bigger lot size and this kind of spike came to meet you on the trade, you actually going to, trust me, actually going to lose a whole lot of money. So it's not advisable to trade against the trend at this time. The market is actually an uptrend market, and it's not advisable for you to trade. So always make sure that you have a more comfortable trend that is with you. If you want to sell, make sure the trend is a downtrend and you sell properly with confidence and pick your candlesticks and close. So when you find the trend with you, what do? You wait for the blue indicator to cross the gold indicator to the downside, and you pick 10 to 15 candlesticks and you close the trade. Okay, so it's easy as that. It's easy as ABC, guys. It's not something very hard to do. It's a very reliable and a simple and reliable strategy that works perfectly fine. But all you just have to do is, I have to watch out for the trend. Make sure the trend is with you. I repeat, don't trade against the trend. Okay, why I'm not opening any positions here to show you how the strategy works live is because the trend is actually against us. It's not with us. If at all I check on a 1 hour time frame and I find out that the trend is actually a downtrend, it will give me that confidence to actually scalp this market and show you how it actually work live. Okay, but it's not actually okay for us to sell. So that's why I'm going to use this back testing and show you guys how it actually works if the trend is with you. Okay, so like I said, first of all, after adding your indicators, the next thing you do is you go to a higher time frame, like the 1 hour time frame, and you look at the trend. If you want to sell, make sure that the trend is with you. If you want to sell, make sure that the trend is with you. That means the trend has to be a downtrend. Okay, it has to be a downtrend before you sell. You don't start selling when you find the market on uptrend. That's risky. So after going to a 1 hour time frame, on boom, the market has to be a downtrend on boom for you to sell. The market has to be an uptrend on crash for you to buy. So when going on boom, you take a 1 hour time frame and you see that the market is actually a downtrend market. Okay, the price is actually heading down. What do? You come back to a 1 minute time frame and you wait to see your blue indicator like this crossing the gold indicator, okay, to the downside properly. And once you find this blue indicator crossing the gold indicator downside, what do? You open your positions, you take 10 to 15 candlesticks and you close the trade. So guys, that is how it works, guys. It's very easy, simple and reliable. Just try it on your trades. Come back, drop some comments and let's know how it worked out for you guys. So thank you guys for watching the video. See you some other time, guys. Bye.